Welcome back to Maiden City TV. We're on the Brandywell here today. Delighted to be here actually after being in the Swally last weekend. We're taking on Newtowne today in the round 5 of the League Cup. We're 4 out of 4 so far against Strabane, Dungiven, New Buildings and Trojans. So another opportunity. I think if we won today as well, it'll guarantee us a place in the final, obviously somewhere where we want to be. And we've got a big semi-final coming up as well in the Craig Memorial Cup. So things are going well. We're obviously without Jamie Robinson, Tiernan O'Connor and Josh Key today, who've moved over to Chesterfield, so it's an opportunity for some of the other lads who've done well all season to come in and take our place again. But delighted to have you with us. Well, Cass, another League Cup game today. It's our first game for a few weeks this competition. We've obviously been playing elsewhere. We're up against Newtowne today. They've not actually had the best of seasons, but obviously we're a little bit weaker. We losing 3 of your star players going to Chesterfield. So what are your hopes and expectations for the game today?
Well, hope for a win. As I said last week, we have to be confident on every game. I know you're saying Newtowne haven't had the best of seasons, but I know Murray and I know Blaine quite well, and Gaelic takes priority with some of their players leading up to October, November. So they'll be ready for the league. They'll be ready for the day as well because they play Gaelic on Thursday night. So they've I would say a full squad there, starting 11 anyway, and expect a tough game, physical game, but let's see what happens.
Do you expect in a summer game the last week where it was Dungiven, they never give up, they battled even when they didn't play that well in the first half, they were 2-0 down, they never let it get to them. Obviously the Gaelic factor, these boys will be right up for it, and the fact we're in the Brandywell today, it'll give teams that extra incentive.
Well, that's the thing about the likes of Newtowne, Dungiven's this world, they've got that never say die attitude. I always go back to when I managed previous playing the likes of Donegal sides, Ulster Senior League sides, and that's what they remind me of. They don't give up, they don't know when they're bit, and they'll keep coming and keep coming and keep coming for the 90 odd minutes. So it'll be a good test for our boys, our young lads. So see how we go.
It must be buzzing this year, the fact that we've been in games like that where we haven't managed it. We've come back to 2-2, even the 2-1 down against Strabane, Moore. We've had setbacks, but they've battled back. They find ways to win. So is that something that's really pleasing about this squad?
A year or two ago, we would have lost them games. The thing that they're showing now is character. Physical side of it, they look after themselves, they've grew, they've matured, but they're showing character, and so if they do go a goal down, as they have done, they do show that they can come back and win the game or get a result.
Yeah. Obviously we touched already about the 3 boys moving across. Was that a big opportunity now for some of these other lads to step on and take their places?
Without a doubt. It's great to see the 3 boys going across to Chesterfield because they deserve it, because they've worked hard. They've made sacrifices as some other boys, maybe just as good a talent as what they had. They didn't take, so they've put the work and the effort in, so they deserve it. On that now, we have 3, maybe 4 or 5 coming on that's going to have to now step up to what them boys done, and they're more than capable of doing it, and it's a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and if I've done my math right, a point today will guarantee us in the final, but as the game plan pretty much to go and still win the game?
Of course it is. You end up with egg in your fish if you go to try and play for a draw. We'll go and try and win it. We have 2 games left. We've got Newtowne, we've got where they are at Straws, 2 tough, difficult games. So either or, I know the other teams have to play well another, but it's in our hands. We've had a good start and a final we possibly look forward to. So today, I'll not determine if we get into the final. All the results may determine that as well.
Yep, and obviously the draw is done for the Craig Memorial Cup this week, Strabane, in the next round. You looking forward to that one?
Of course, yeah. Semi-final, it's a great opportunity to get to a final. Craig Memorial Boxing Day out brings a lot of boys plans. Well, not so much our boys because they're all under 18. But listen, hang on, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The most important thing now is playing Newtowne. Haven't even thought about Strabane or Craig Memorials.
Good luck at it, Cass.
Thanks, Gareth. Good lad.
5-0 win today against Newtowne. That sees us now into the final of the League Cup. How delighted are we about that?
Big time. The lads have been unbelievable from the very start. We set out straight away. We said we want to go to the very end with it. It's 5 out of 5 now. You can't fault anyone. They've been all brilliant from start to finish, and it's just credit to all the lads, and as they're all young too, so credit to themselves for doing that well. It's against hard opposition every week, and we know what we're coming up against, and they've been a credit. So brilliant to get the final.
There was so many changes today too. It was quite fluid. So was that something you worked on in training, or did it just click? Because it seemed like Lewis and always been injured. He come back at a few games, but he looked really back to his best today. Jojo looked back to his best. It's a lot of strong performances out there.
It's been great, and it's one of those ones like you try your best to work on it, but it's needs most at times. Like we had no centre halves today. Tony Mullen had to step on centre half. He normally plays centre mid, so it's needs must. But everyone's fit, everyone's flying. They're all fighting for positions as well, so it's sort of pushing each other on, and nothing better than healthy competition, and it's showing with some of the performances out there today.
Yeah. Newtowne went down to 10 men in the second half, but it was domination from one day, minute 90. It was quite physical. But then Newtowne really dropped off, so it was quite comfortable in the second half in terms of it was like a training session vibe.
Yeah, it's one of those ones what you're getting with Newtowne, because they're all sort of Gaelic men as well. They like a physical challenge, and they can all play as well. I've played with a lot of them myself personally, but we sort of let them play in the first half. We backed off. Once we went 1-0 up, we put our brakes on when we should have pushed on, but the sending off did work in our favour. It was a terrible challenge, to be fair, but as you said, it was like a training match come the end of it, and that's good for the lads as well, because it builds confidence. Being able to hit them for 5, it's only good for us following on the next Saturday now.
Yeah, sometimes substitutions, the rhythm can get broke up, but it didn't seem to impact at all. The subs come on, made an impact. As you said, didn't really disturb the performance, so such a show the strength of the squad, and that's with 3 players this week moving to Chesterfield as well.
Exactly that. It just shows the strength and depth that we have, and I know the coaches always touch on it about the conveyor belt of players, but it's actually shown. It's not just talk, it's actually shown, and every player that came off today, I think they contributed. Robbie Hume scored, I think Owen scored, and set up Robbie's, I think. Owen set up Robbie's, and then the likes of Newtowne and Sean Kiernan came on too. Was absolutely outstanding. It's unbelievable, that conveyor belt of players, and it's only going to get stronger.
You've been one of the most experienced heads. Does that put a lot of responsibility on you? Know you were given the captain's armband today, and you've been captain against Rhodes this season as well, so do you have that extra responsibility?
Well, I'd like to think so. It's one of those ones I'm getting on compared to the rest of the lads. I'd still count myself as young, but compared to these young lads, I'll be one of the more experienced heads, and it's one of those ones I try my best to try and help them, but at the end of the day they're helping me as much as I'm helping them. It's a two-way street up there, and they've all been brilliant, and they've helped me as much as hopefully I've helped them, but it's a team game, so even though you are handed the captaincy, it's all about the team performance, and 5-0 today, it's just outstanding. Fair play to the lads.
No injury, no? I was up in the stand there and seen you come off after about 60 minutes.
No injury. We Ben's just came back from Glentoran there, so it's good to get him involved with the first team and get him a few minutes, competitive minutes at that under the belt, so it's just the same thing, that conveyor belt of players. We get Ben on, he was absolutely brilliant when he came on, he was solid, so it's one of those ones, I come off, he comes on, same job.
Yeah,
job done.
Another cup game next week against Ballinahunch. We've got the semi-final at Craig Memorial coming up next month. We're obviously in the final of this competition, and the league hasn't even started yet, so do you think it could be an exciting season?
Oh, big time. Well, it's one of those ones, it's not too much to say that we're aiming for it all. We want to win it all. Under the final of this, we'll take every game as it comes. You can only take it one game at a time. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves, but by all means we want to win everything we're in for this year, and we have the squad to do it with no bother at all. I would say we're strong favourites for it all, so only one stopping it is ourselves.
Yeah, top man, right? Thanks very much.
No bother. Cheers, boys.
Well, that's us for today. Loads of match highlights, loads of interviews, and if you want more, make sure to subscribe to Maiden City TV.